I think the best thing to do is to introduce myself first of all. My name's Michael. I've been a photographer for probably 30 years. Still think I'm learning. Well, the reason I've started this channel is because during lockdown I decided I'd try a style of photography that I hadn't actually tried before, which was wildlife photography. So it was a complete different style of photography, and I must admit a massive learning curve. I started off with because I've used several different types of cameras. So I started off with the Sony A7 III, which was awesome. And then I bought the Sony 600mm lens, which was fantastic. However, I found that I had to take a monopod with me, which was brilliant. But when I wanted to capture those shots higher up in the trees and things like this, I missed so many images because of messing about with the monopod. Anyway, I've tried several. I've gone Olympus, one of the fastest Olympus you can get. I went to Fuji, then back to Sony. Well, now I've recently just bought the Fuji HS2, which seems a brilliant little camera, and I've bought the XF 70-300 lens. So really, this is my first few tests with this lens. But what I'm planning to do is, rather than focusing on me, eventually throughout these videos, which I hope to keep going, I'm going to be recording my audio directly from the camera, so that as I'm chatting I can explain exactly what I'm doing, what settings I'm using and things like this. So I will be doing some video, but also putting together some of the images that I managed to get. And one of the things that amazed me the most since starting this, because I only walk down the lanes that are around us here in a little village called Beckington, absolutely gobsmacked with the wildlife. Some of the smaller birds I've managed to capture jays, just down here actually, only one or two. Bullfinch, they seem pretty rare around this area, but my first sort of presentation video on this site gives you an idea of the types of wildlife that are actually on our doorstep, hence the name of the channel. So that's my introduction. What I'm going to do now is, once this car's gone past, is change over to the camera. Just to give you an idea, I've got it set on shutter. Okay, so I'm just testing the lens. So the shutter speed I've set is 400. The IBIS in this lens and camera is supposed to be superb, so that should be good enough. And I'm shooting at f-stop of 5.6, and I'm allowing the camera to set the ISO. Sometimes I go completely manual, especially when I know I've got good light throughout the walk. But I'm just looking now, and I can see it looks like I think it's a dunnet in the tree. So what I'm going to do is now go back to the camera, and I hope you keep watching. One of the biggest things they keep mentioning on YouTube channels is subscribe and like, so that would be great if you could do that, to help me sort of get a few more people viewing the channel. But that's my introduction, and I hope you enjoy what we capture around these lanes just on our doorstep. But there you go, that's something that people so often miss, is the deers around here. Last year there was 3 that I was following, but unfortunately they all ended up being killed on the bypass. But it's lovely to see probably some of the family from the older ones still here. The thing that amazes me about deer is their camouflage. You wouldn't necessarily think that they're that well camouflaged, but you can so easily miss them because they do lie along the edges of the field. I don't know if it's focusing, guys. I've put it on manual focus because we've got a lot of bushes in the front. There you go, he spotted me now because he heard me talking. Isn't he gorgeous? Okay, that's it for today. I'm heading back now, and what I'll do is I'll quickly edit the footage and add the photos for you. And once I become a little bit more skilled of the video side of things, as well as doing the photos at the same time, I hope to add a little bit more tuition to the channel, just explaining what I'm doing for each shot. As I say, with a new camera today, I've basically kept it on shutter, where I've had the shutter set for 400, animal eye detection, and let the ISO just do what it wants. White balance is on the normal white balance. I won't do much to the images, but hope I see you again.